Hey everyone, welcome to our live stream. We just sent an invite over to Dispatch, so they should be joining us shortly. Hey everyone, bear with us for a moment, trying to get connected with Dispatch to go live at the same time.
Yeah.
Hello, how's it going, y'all?
Good. How are you, David?
Doing great. Glad we got the internet to work for us today.
Yeah, we're great at it.
We're awesome at the internet.
What is that again? Are you next door?
Yeah, we're just next door, right? Well, great. I'm glad you're able to join today. How are things going over there?
It's going good. We're on the last day of our kind of the first half of our recording project.
Yeah.
So
Good to be in the new. Have our full band in here recording. It's been great.
Yeah, that's exciting. I'm personally thrilled to be talking with you all because I've been a fan of your music. And so to get this opportunity, really exciting for me personally. But
we appreciate what you do.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, also really excited to talk about what you all are doing with Calling All Crows and BallotReady. I feel like we've got some great stuff to talk about today. So I'll get us started. So hey everybody, I'm here representing BallotReady today. For those of you who don't know us, we are a nonpartisan voter guide on a mission to help people just engage with democracy, feel like they're really ready and informed when they go to the polls, have all the information they need. We have a digital voter guide and civic center at ballotready.org. That's a great place to get started if you need to check your registration, get excited about voting. And we've been partnering with Dispatch and Calling All Crows. So really excited to talk about what we've been doing together. And I'll hand it over to y'all.
Yeah, we are excited as well, and feel like this election is so weighted and it is so important. So it's wonderful to have this opportunity. We have a few questions for you, if you don't mind.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm here for it.
All right. We were wondering if you could tell us your origin story, or yeah, just how y'all were founded.
Yeah, we really got started as an organization in 2015 by a couple students at University of Chicago. 2015, we've got local elections here in Chicago in the odd years, and a couple students were like, how am I supposed to figure out who's running? Like, there's just nowhere to find anything. And so they had the initial idea of BallotReady. did it sort of through a challenge at the university to, come up with an idea. Got some initial funding from the university, and since then we've really grown to be nationwide, all the way down the ballot, locally for everybody. We provide tools on BallotReady.org, but we also work with tons of partners to get the word out about this stuff. We've helped over 30 million voters since 2015.
Wow.
And so, what started as an idea from a couple folks who were frustrated being able to find information has turned into this great resource for everybody.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Nice. Well, you kind of answered my second question about why is Ballot Ready useful. But if you want to double down on that real quick.
Yeah, we, initially started just helping people research the candidates on their ballot. But what we realized is the people have a lot more questions. That's one of them, of course. How do I know about these candidates on the ballot? But there's so many ways, so many pieces of information people need to feel ready to vote. And so I think what's really helpful is it's a one-stop shop to find everything you need. You can start by checking your registration, start your registration if you need to get registered for the first time. You can find all your various voting options. Everything is tailored specific to your specific address in the state that you live in. So we help you walk through, what are your options for voting? Can you vote early where you live? Can you request a mail-in ballot where you live? What are all the deadlines for your registration? So before you even start researching the candidates, just a great place to answer all the high-level questions about, can I vote? Where can I vote? How do I do it? And that to me is really exciting. We also have outside of election season, you can do stuff like look up all your elected officials. I think it's really important to know who is working for you at the local level. It's not just about the president and about Congress, but you've got so many people that you elect and are working for you. So you can see who those people are and get in touch with them if you want to.
How do we know that there's not a baked-in bias to this? How do we know that it can be a trusted source for anyone that comes in?
Yeah, the biggest way is everything is really in partnership with the local election authorities. So all the information that we get comes from state and local authorities. So all the candidates who are going to be on the ballot, all the rules about voting, we partner with them. And what we do really is aggregate data from these official resources and put it in one spot so you don't have to go, do all the Googles and the Bings and find all this information yourself. Even when you go and research your ballot and find information about the candidates, everything we've gathered from the candidates' own words. So it's from their campaign websites. Everything that we gather is linked back to the source. So if you want to dig deeper and find out where we're getting it from, everything's linked on there. And that's a really important value for us is we want to, everything we present is official, nonpartisan, unbiased in the words of the candidates or from the official election authority.
The more I've learned about Ballot Ready and calling all crows and being an informed voter, the more I've realized that I lived in Denver for almost my entire life and I could only name probably 2 or 3 leaders. And now I'm newly moved to Idaho with my family and I know nothing.
Yeah.
So just enter my address and zip code, and then up comes all of the local leaders. And then to be able to dive in immediately and figure out what matters the most to me and to my wife in terms of issues and representation, it makes me realize how passionate and opinionated I've been in the past about things, but really not connected then to going to the vote. I don't really know who represents that side of who I am. So I'm grateful. Thank you for the tool and for making it so easy to feel like, okay, now I have an opinion, but I also have a better sense as to who represents that, whose voice I would like to support.
And you don't have to skip the ones
right. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of people get surprised when they go and vote and realize how many people in positions they are going to be able to vote on.
Yeah, and there's so many people that represent you that you didn't know. And it's kind of cool to see them all. What are the biggest challenges that folks generally face around voting?
Yeah, I think it's what we've heard from folks is they feel like they have a lack of information, and that makes them it makes them nervous or anxious to go vote. You know, I think even talking to folks, they don't know that they have options other than election day. They don't know how, can I go an early vote? Could I request a mail-in ballot?
Right.
People don't want to do anything wrong. Nobody wants to show up and get turned away. And
Right.
so,
Yeah, don't be unsure.
yeah,
Just
I mean, gosh, we
obstacle
live.
to not do it. Right.
Mhm.
If you're like
It's another
thinking
reason.
about it, it's another reason just be like, I don't know if I'm this or that.
Yeah, I mean, we live in a day and age where, nobody even wants to like pick up the phone and have a difficult call to find out information. And so we just try to provide all the information at a digital resource for folks to find the information on their own time and feel really comfortable about making sure that they're following all the rules and laws around voting, so they feel like they're ready to go. The other big thing that we hear all the time, like we talked about before, like all of these positions that you've never heard of. I think some of the big ones, certainly here, I'm in Chicago, we have like 60 judges on the ballot pretty much every election, and that can be really daunting for people. Especially if you show up to vote, you think you're, going to vote for maybe president and Congress, you're going to be in and out in 5 minutes. That's really stressful to show up and get like a 2-page ballot. And it's easier for people to say, I'm not going to vote on it, or be like, that was too much work. I don't even want to do it again. And so part of what we do at Ballot Ready is just make sure you feel prepared, know what you're going to see when you step into the booth, so it's not a surprise to you. I think that's a really big thing, is just taking care of people's anxiety around voting, so they feel really comfortable doing it. The last big thing, I think folks aren't always aware that there might be like policy questions on the ballot. So referenda, propositions, ballot measures, there's a lot of different names for these, but a lot of folks, if not everybody, will have some type of question on their ballot, like, do you want to raise sales taxes by 1/4% to do X thing? And especially if you don't have time to research that beforehand, how the heck are you going to make a decision, yes or no? And so we've expanded our coverage of ballot measures, at least to provide people the text that they're going to see, so they can start making decisions for themselves.
Nice.
That's great, because sometimes they have that blurb and you read it, but the way it's written in such shorthand, because they can't get into the 3 pages at least that really explains it. So it's really all paragraph, kind of like cliff notes, and because they couldn't do the backstory, it's like framed one way.
Yeah.
But if you read the whole thing,
right.
If you had time to read 2 or 3 pages instead of that little paragraph, you'd realize, which it's not a vote no, or it should be a vote yes, or it seems like it should be a vote no. So it's great to have a little bit more of that ahead of time.
David, what can fans expect who are coming out to the Amplifying Democracy tour?
Yeah, I know that, Calling All Crows is going to be there. Ballot Ready tool will be on hand to help people do everything we talked about. Check your registration. That's a big thing. I think folks, maybe you've registered in the past, but if you've moved, if sort of anything's happened, it's always a good idea to check your registration. Even if you think you're ready to go, check it, update your address. If you got married, anything, like, just do it. There's no need not to check your registration.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, the Ballot Ready tools will be there in the wild for folks to see it themselves, talk to folks, get the questions answered that they need to feel really comfortable getting out and voting this election. Plus, I just think the energy there is going to be great, and that's what I think they can expect, right?
Yes, yeah. We're excited to be out there in October, and
we appreciate the partnership.
Yeah,
very grateful for what you do,
and like you said, being out in the wild.
Yeah, I'm really excited that y'all are using your time and resources and talents to get people excited and informed. I mean, it's the same thing we do. It's all about making sure people are informed and ready to go.
Right on.
Sweet.
It's so nice to meet you.
Yeah, thanks, David.
Yeah, you too. Good luck with the rest of recording. I can't wait to hear what y'all put out.
As are we excited. Sometime soon.
Wonderful.
Cheers.
Great. Catch you out there.
Thanks.
Bye, y'all.